Pastor Aaron. I'm live and direct. I'm live and direct now. It's Prophet Pastor Aaron. I'm live and direct. I'm going to be sharing what I see about these elections. Those of you that are watching me, make sure you watch and share. Make sure you watch and share. I'll be going live and direct. Live and direct right now. I see some of your messages. Yes, I see some of your messages. I'm going live and direct. Like I said, I'll be sharing about the elections. Watch and share. The ones that are coming. Don't miss it. Type your name, type your country where you're watching me from. Type your name, type your country. Type your name, type your country. I'm live and direct. I want to see. I see my son Kenute. How are you doing, my son Kenute? I see you. Yes, from Jamaica. I see you from Jamaica. How is Jamaica doing? Obina, how are you doing? Yes. How are you doing, Obina? From Nigeria. Obina says from Nigeria. Shalom, shalom. Yes, shalom, my son. How is Nigeria? I'm going to talk about the Nigerian election. The election has come to Nigeria. So, Sibonisa, how are you doing? Yes. Yes, those are my sons. All over the world. Type your name, your country where you're watching me from. Sibonisa, I see you. Shalom, Dr. Kanye, how are you doing? Yes. Yes. I see you, my daughter. God bless you. Yes. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Share, share, share. If you don't share to 20 people, I will not start. 20 people. I'll tell you who's going to win this election. I'll tell you who's going to win. All these elections because I received some of my sons have been complaining. Man of God, tell us who's going to win. Who's going to win? Watching from where? Zambia. Yes, I'll tell you the Zambia election. Who's going to win this election? Zambia, I've already seen the winner. I've seen the winner already. I've seen the winner of Zambia. Victoria Falls, Zimbabwe, Victoria Falls, Bonisa, how are you doing, my son? Christian, how are you? Share to 20 people. 20 people. I'll start very, very soon. 20 people. 20 people. Some of you will call your name, prophesy to you. I know some of you and professor will call the prophesy to you. How are you doing, Edmund? Yes, I saw a WhatsApp message. Yes. See the prophecy I'm giving, it coming to pass. Surface. From which country? Type your country. I want to know where you're watching me from. I'm live and direct. I'm seeing your messages. Those of you that want to WhatsApp me, you can WhatsApp me. Say, man of God. Greetings, my son Sepo. How are you? Sepo, how are you doing, Sepo? God bless you. I see you from Zambia. I will tell you what happened in Zambia election. Who's going to win? This is my son. Yes, my son for the years. Fonda, how are you doing? Yes, yes. I'll call you. Yes, I'll see a message. Don't worry. I see a message, my son. Don't worry. I'm live and direct. Fonda, my son Fonda. You show this 101. Make sure you show that 101. Don't waste time. What's up, Mr. Man? I'm going to show the 101. Call up beside you. Most people don't understand the power of the prophetic. Because of time. Obina, how are you doing? Or share 20 people, 20 people. Someone needs to pray for your countries. Share to all the politicians in your countries. Or tell them what's happening. Share to all the politicians. Share to everybody in your country because send to all the politicians in your country. How are you? Yes, I'm good. Shepherd, how are you? Yes, I'm good. I'm good. God bless you. Things have been happening all over the world. I'm the only prophet. I've been quiet. I've listened some people that confuse themselves in the prophetic. Only a true prophet of God can tell you what is going to happen. All those prophets that are going online say this person is going to win the election, they don't know what they're talking about. You don't know. I've seen some countries, Nigeria, Cameroon election, or tell who is going to win. Zambia. The things of the prophetic. When the prophet speaks, that's what happens. The prophet, most of you have, yes. Yes, I prophesy about Cameroon election. I prophesy about ANC election. I said Syria was going to win. Syria Maposa, he won. He won the ANC election. Yes, I'm good. God bless you, my son. I said Syria was going to win. Syria won the election. Clean and square. And I prophesy, I said load shedding, they're going to go to stage 8. Stage, you'll be here to talk about stage 10. Load shedding. And I said it's going to take 2 years. What's happening in load shedding now? Even ESCOM has come and said that soon they're going to go to stage 8. Load shedding. Share to your family member. This message is not for you. You can bless your family member. Don't take this message for you. Shalom, Master Macho. How are you doing, Macho? Yes, Timothy. Yes. Professor about Cameroon. I'll tell you what's happening in Cameroon. I want to first start by telling you the secret prayer. Some of you don't know how to pray. The secret morning prayer. Secret morning prayer. Sometimes I pray the prayers as I'm going to work. I pray the prayer as I get up. I pray the prayer as I'm walking. Early morning, first prayer. I'll tell you election. Nigeria election is coming. I've seen it already. Even the ones happening in Uganda. My prophet, how are you? The one in Cameroon, I've seen what's going to happen there. The election in Tunisia, I've seen a win already. Nobody can dispute the election. Even Tunisia. Yes, I'm going to be typing. It's a secret prayer. We get up in the morning, you should pray that prayer. Which party is going to win in Tunisia then? Yes. Tunisia. I'm good, perfect. Matthews, how are you doing? Matthews Kamanga. Matthews, yes. Which country are you watching me from, Matthews? Type your country. Christian Malambo. Share, talk about the election. Who's going to win the election? This election affects you, whether I like it or not. It affects your country. When I speak, the eye of the scorpion, somebody type the eye of the scorpion. When the eye of the scorpion speaks, nobody can change it. Nobody. I've seen it directly from the realm of God. Straight from the realm of God, I've seen it already. The eye of the scorpion, who is there? Malawi. Yes. I'll tell you what's happened. I say election Malawi also. My country is Malawi, yes. Let's talk about Malawi. Those prophets don't see. There are many prophets that are blind. I told them the prophet the eye of the scorpion. When you get up in the morning, the first thing that you need to pray. There are 5 things you need to thank God. 5. You get up in the morning. Every day you get up in the morning. Don't get up in the morning and start to pray, God, give me this, give me this. No, that's not prayer. That's selfishness. If your prayer is only that God should give you something, you will not make it. Yes, you will not make it. When you get up in the morning, we want to pray. There are 5 things you need to thank God every morning. Prophet, good evening. Good evening. How are you doing? Yes, share. The first thing you pray, thank God, you say, Father, thank you for untying me, for loosening me. Somebody type it. Say, you thank God for loosening you from untying to losing you. That's the first secret prayer. Because when you're sleeping in the night, your body doesn't move. You're like somebody in chains. The sages, they says, sleep is 1/60 of death. Meaning when you're sleeping, you're like a dead person. It's 1/60. Yes. Say untie. You thank God for untying you, for loosening you. Loosening you. When you sleep, a big portion of your soul, your nefesh, your active soul, a big portion leaves your body. Only a small portion remains in your body to keep your vital organs active. That's why when you're sleeping, you cannot use your hand to play soccer. You cannot use your hand to do anything. You cannot use your leg because your leg is not vital. The small portion of your soul that remains in your body is 1/60 of your soul. Meaning almost 90% of your soul has gone out of your body every night. That's why sometimes I sleep and my body wakes up and my soul doesn't come back inside my body. I struggle to wake up. Because that big portion of the soul that's left the body is journeying, is going all over, is getting information, contact spirits. And that's when you get dreams. Dreams mean your soul has gone and contact other spirits and have communicated things to you. Sometimes your mother that passed away, your father that passed away, the soul of that your father will contact your soul and tell you things at night. When you are asleep, you are more spiritually alert than when you are awake. Your eyes, your ears, your mouth, your nose, they're distractions. They're actually distracting your soul. When you're asleep, your soul is very active. So you thank God for loosening you, untying you. Because for you to wake up, God has to loosen you, untie you, and connect. The second thing you should thank God Somebody type it. I told you, evangelists must type it. The second thing, you need to thank God. WhatsApp me. What's my WhatsApp? I'm telling you deep secrets. All those prayers that you have prayed, those prayers have got no effect. Probably one. Yes. What caused bad dreams? Bad dreams are caused because your soul has gone and met an evil spirit. That there are two different kinds of spirit. That, matter of fact, there are three kinds of spirits. There's angelic spirits. There's evil spirits. There's a spirit from a human soul. If your soul goes and contact evil spirit, those evil spirits, they try to capture that soul. That's why people sleep at night, they don't get up. But there's an angel that protects your soul so that your soul is not captured. That's why, yes, somebody sleeps at night. They say this person sleeps at night died. It's not that he died. The soul was captured. The soul could not get back into the body. And they'll take the person to the hospital. Will be in coma for 20 years. Not to happen. Go to hospital. Go and see people that are in coma. Those people in coma, they hear everything. If you come there, you start to teach them. You teach them the Torah. Teach them the Bible. They will understand everything they teach, but they cannot move. Because the big portion of that soul has left that body has been captured by evil spirits. And their body's on the bed. They're hearing. You greet them every morning. They hear. They're in coma. The doctors say in coma. They say, how do you can't get the person up? That's why doctors can only treat the physical, what they can see. Only prophets of God can treat the spiritual. That's why when somebody dies, the person doesn't die instantly. The soul lives gradually. Sometimes it takes 3 days for the soul to finally leave the body. That's why when they told Elijah that Elijah came to a woman's house, they told her that this child is dead. The Bible says Elijah prostrated on top of that child. The soul that was living came back inside the body. The Bible says the body without the soul is dead. That body has got no life. That's why I talk about deep spiritual forces. Prophets are not the things of the soul. If you don't know how to pray, you don't know what to pray. There are prayers that I can pray the prayer up the mountain, especially for evil people in this world. I told God, God, take back the soul in this man's body. That man will sleep the night, the soul will not come back. Because that soul belongs to God. So the Bible says the life that you have is not your own. The life, you don't have a life. Your life is God's life. The deep prophetic things I'm telling you now. That's why whatever affects your soul has a bigger effect in your body than what affects your physical. Prophet, we heal the soul. Doctors heal the body. Shalom, how are you? Yes, so God bless you. What causes? Yes, that's bad dreams. So causes bad dreams. Second thing, you thank God. She says, you thank God for opening the eye of the blind. So the second thing you pray, they will get in the morning. Opening the eyes of the blind. Frank, how are you? Shalom. Yes, I've answered a question because of bad dream. When God opens the eye of the blind, what does that mean? When you are sleeping, you're like a blind person, you cannot see. Somebody type it. When God wakes you up in the morning, you regain sight. So you can start do things. It's like the eye of a blind person that's been opened. So every day God performs a miracle. Shalom, Soka, good evening. Somebody type, open the eyes of the blind for opening the eyes of the blind. Some of you don't understand. I don't know. I should go deeper. Because, yes, James, I'm watching now. Shalom, shalom. I'm seeing your messages. You're watching now. God bless you. Share to 25 people, 20 people, 20 people. Share. opening the eyes of the blind. If you are a male and if you're a female, you say this. After thanking God for opening the eyes of the blind, somebody type it, open the eyes of the blind. Yes, so some people are listening. Listening is a spiritual gift. People that share that one-on-one are people that are listening. Listen carefully to the voice of the Bible says, if you listen to the spiritual things. The second thing, if you are a male, tell God, thank you for making me a male. And you are a female, tell God, thank you for making me a female. There's a reason. Why should a male say, God, thank you for making me a male? Thank you for creating me a male. For creating me a man. If you're a woman, say, thank you for creating me a woman. Let me tell you why. Somebody type in the third one and say, thank God for creating you the way He has created you. The deep prophetic. Open the eyes of the blind. That's number 2. Thank you for making me. If you're a man, say, thank you for creating me a male. If you're a female, thank you for creating me a female. I'll tell you why. Every child in the fetus, meaning before an egg is fertilized inside the womb, every child is that fetus, that little egg before it's fertilized is female. So every person before you start getting formed in your mother's womb, you start as a female. So every man that you see inside the mother's womb was a time that was a woman, was female. Because the chromosomes that is in the egg is an XX chromosome. It's a female chromosome. So your life started as an egg. It started as an XX. The XX, somebody type XX chromosome. The XX chromosome is a female chromosome. The way the female becomes a male is that it combines a Y chromosome that it comes from the man. So for every man that has been born was first a woman. Inside the womb, I'm talking about the fetus. Inside the womb, it starts as XX chromosome. The Y chromosome gets added to the X chromosome, it becomes XY chromosome. The male chromosome is XY chromosome. The female chromosome is XX. I'm telling you now, these are deep prophetic things. So any man that has been born, there was a miracle that was done inside your mother's womb. Meaning there was a change. God performed a miracle to create a man. Because you started as a woman, XX. God added Y chromosome on your X. You became XY. You change from female to male. That's why I need to thank God. If you're a woman, why should you thank God for being a woman? In God's priority list, God has a priority. The most important person on God's priority list is a woman. Some people think that the most important person is a prophet, it's a pastor, it's not a prophet. The woman is the most important person. The most important person in God gave an instruction. He gave an instruction to Moses. He told Moses to go and tell his children that if they have the scroll, meaning if you have a Bible, the scroll is like the Bible, written by hand. A scroll, meaning If a man has a scroll and finds a wife and cannot buy a ring to get married to that wife, God told Moses, tell that man to sell that scroll. Take the money from that scroll, go and buy a ring and make a wedding. And the people, they say, how? How can you sell the Bible to buy a ring? God said, yes, sell the Bible. He says, because when it comes to the women, childbearing to God is more important than the word of God. When God created Adam and Eve, he told them, go into the world. He says, be fruitful and multiply. He didn't tell them, go and read the Bible. He said, be fruitful and multiply. So because the woman is the only person that can bear children, it's number one on God's list. That's why God protects women. XX chromosome, yes, somebody type it. If you're a woman, God will say, thank you for making me a woman. That's what? Number 4. Number 5, you thank God. You thank God, say, God, thank you for creating a solid earth. What do I mean by solid earth? Solid ground. Power. But you're from Zambia. Thank you for creating a solid ground. What does that mean, solid ground? This earth that you see, if there was no solid ground, there's nothing you can do. If they put you inside water, you cannot do anything. So because God wants us to do things and make this earth holy, created solid ground so you can walk, you can move, you can talk, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this for him. XX chromosome is for you to be able to stand up from your bed. If there's no solid ground, you cannot stand and pray. I cannot sit here. Thank God for creating a solid earth so you can walk around. That's why you know a true prophet. I'm saying what I'm telling you now is something you never heard in your whole life. I get messages directly from God. I sleep in the night. Those messages, they teach me. I say things that nobody ever taught me. That I don't study anyway. There's no book that I can show you that's written talking about the mystery of the prophetic. Make sure that one who is deeper, yes, deeper. I want to start by talking about the election in Tunisia. Somebody type Tunisia. Oh, no. Tunisia election. I see there's a former president of Tunisia that's going to come back to be president to win this election in Tunisia. I say what? Tunisia. Type Tunisia, I'm professor now. The party of a former president that was president, an old man, old, very old. Tunisia, professor in Tunisia. Put Tunisia flag. Put Tunisia. An old man that was first president coming back again to become president again in Tunisia. It must say Tunisia. The first called Tunisia. He's going to win. And they'll be fighting that you win. So we begin to share, because if you don't share, I will not call a country. Share. Tunisia, I don't know if it's in Tunisia. Yes. Tunisia. I see an old president, an old man coming back to win Tunisia with the flag. Yes, my son, Tunisia. Nigeria, just wait. Make sure watch when I go to Nigeria very soon. Make sure you're sharing. People in Nigeria share because whenever I speak, it happens. As Professor about Jamaica election, people wrote me from Jamaica sending me threat letter. They said the prophet must not prophesy about the election. That I'm influencing the people in Jamaica. I'm not influencing anybody. I'm telling you what I see, and it cannot be changed. Jamaica people, the right? The government official wrote to me, asked me, are you from Jamaica? I said, no. He says, why you talk about Jamaica? So I'm a prophet, I see everything. Ask my source in Jamaica. I was in the news in Jamaica. People call me, they said, I've seen your video, you prophesy about this election in Jamaica. How do you know? What happened? Exactly what I said happened. I even said it's going to be landslide victory. It was a landslide victory. It was a shock. The opposition party resigned. The head of the opposition resigned that night. The same night that he lost, he resigned. They called me, they says, you shaking Jamaica. You need to go to Jamaica. I said, that old president is coming back. Zambia. Just wait, I will come. I'm coming. I know some people start fighting because they want their own person that they think in their head to. I don't think my age. I'm not from Zambia. I'm not from Tunisia. Yes, God messenger. I'm telling you to prepare the way of the Lord because these are the last days. Nigeria, we'll talk about Nigeria. Don't worry. It's very clear. I've seen Nigeria very clear. Nothing, I had nothing. Tunisia, yes. Okay. I give the list, essentially the message of the country that I prophesied. I told you, we're here today. Nigeria is coming. He's already the eye of the scorpion. I will say your messages. Cameroon. Type Cameroon. Cameroon. I'm going there, but let me not first go there. Let me first go to the other country. Malawi. Maybe before Cameroon, let's talk about Malawi. Malawi. Because what are you talking about? I see there are 3 candidates in Malawi. Malawi, we see Malawi, Malawi, share Malawi, 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 Malawi. Put the flag. It's a shock, Brazil. Malawi, Malawi, type Malawi, Malawi, Malawi. It's the youngest candidate, a young, fairly younger. Let me not say young, but fairly younger than the other ones. That is going to win the election in Malawi. And they're going to go to court after the election. I say what? After Malawi election, I'm going to go to court for court to declare because the old people will not agree. After the election, that young man is going to win. But after he win, they'll go to court to challenge. And people will celebrate, but the celebration will be court cases in Malawi. It's a young man. I say what? It's a young man. It is Zambia. Share. You want to see Zambia? Share to 30 people in Zambia. Share to your friends in Zambia. Let me tell you what's up in Zambia. I've already seen Zambia. Cameroon. Share. If you're not sure, I will not speak. Uganda. Type Uganda. Maybe I should go to Uganda first. Uganda. What's happening in Uganda? Malawi. I say it's a young man. Nigeria, yes. Stay, I'm going to Nigeria very soon. Power, power, power. Even South Africa, 2024 election in South Africa. I also Professor Badawa also because 2024 in South Africa, who's going to win? It's very clear. I've seen it already. The thing is, before some of you, Uganda, I see Museveni, the current president, win with landslide majority. The current president of Uganda, Museveni, the old man, to win with landslides. Ghana, you still come to Ghana. South Africa, 24. People are saying South Africa, 24. That's clear. I've seen it already. Some parties that say, oh, this is going to do this, they're going to do that. Oh. When I tell you I've said it, it doesn't change. So once you make sure that one-on-one. I say what? Cameroon. Start Cameroon. A lot of people will die before the election announcement. Meaning people will vote. After voting, they will even forget that they voted. Ask yourself, why is it that you can use your cell phone to do things online? Why can you not vote using your cell phone? When the time comes to count votes, they will spend months and months and months counting votes. They will not finish. And in between that time that they're counting votes, people will be killed. There will be people that will come like terrorists, coming from somewhere, shooting and killing people, just spraying people bullets. Before the election will be announced, the military will be busy. Jamaica. See Cameroon, somebody tell Ghana. I don't know. The current president of Cameroon is going to stay in power. But the prime minister is going to be removed. I say what? The person that will change the prime minister, but the current president will stay in power. I'm talking about Cameroon. There will be no change. But the prime minister will be removed. And they'll put a young man. So a young man becoming prime minister. This Cameroon. I'm a prophet. The prophet speaks, the wise listen. Tell your family not to go out in the night. After voting, till they count, it will take months. They should not go out. They don't know who won, who did not win. They will still be counting in Cameroon. Don't know. So once you begin to share the one-on-one, where's my this thing? I'm Professor, I'm going to share the one-on-one, go deeper, prophet, yes. Somebody says Zambia. Yeah, I'll come to Zambia. I'll come. The election 2024 in South Africa. I see the ANC refusing to campaign in certain places. Meaning to tell the ANC, go and campaign at the ANC, and we are not going. Just leave that side alone because there's too much trouble that side. Let that side just be there like that, the way it is. Let's just remain there. Because they will be fighting. But this is the ANC winning. 2024, Cyril Ramaphosa will win. Be president again. But there will be tension. In 2024, that's South Africa election for you. I've already seen it. Professor, about which election now? Which country? Somebody type your country. Which country is it? Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe. Which party is going to win? These are prophecies. One man said to me, say this one. I've already seen Zimbabwe election. There's in Tunisia, they'll run the election twice. I don't know, Professor, about Tunisia, this old man. The first round of the election in Tunisia, nobody will win. Meaning nobody will get majority. Then they'll do a second round. That's Tunisia. I need to talk about the election in Tunisia. I see first round, then second round, that old man winning. Because first round, there'll be no majority. Zimbabwe. Before I go to Zimbabwe, let me check message. Who is WhatsApping me now? Just go deeper, yes. Raymond, how are you? James, yes, I see James. Yeah, my son watching right now, yes. So my son wants me to call the 101 link. I'll call you people, don't worry. I'm seeing you. I want to see some of the messages. Those are showing that seat. Make sure it's yes. The types of the messages to you. Some people are saying, oh, this person will win in Zimbabwe. I'm talking about Zimbabwe now. Yes, share messages. I'm seeing messages on it. Type. To me, it says go deeper. Clifford, how are you doing? 20 people, yes. Clifford, 10 people, yes. Yeah. Okay, so these people are saying we share our country. Nigeria, I've told you I'm coming to Nigeria. Somebody says affordable side Tunisia, Malawi, Cameroon. Let me see what's the message. Yes. It is not well in Ghana. It is not well in Ghana. Ghana is one of the richest countries in Africa, but they're not. People are suffering. This election creates a change. I see there'll be high passion. The youths, the young people are going to be active in Ghana. But I'll go deeper, just wait. In Nigeria, let me speak about somebody said, which country is that? I was about Uganda already, yes. Zambia. The current president has made mistakes because he's not watching what the ministers are doing in Zambia. Edgar Lungu. He should not just copy the West. He must watch the rotten potatoes. You can't mix new potatoes with rotten potatoes. That's the problem with this president, Edgar Lungu. He must clean the rotten potatoes. But because he tried to mix them, the rotten potatoes are rotting the other clean potatoes. You put rotten potatoes and fresh potatoes, what happens? The clean potatoes will never make the rotten potatoes clean. The rotten potatoes will make the clean ones rotten. In Zambia, that's what I say. So these things are talking. The Zambia currency was very strong. The currency is weak, going down. The Zambia currency will be very strong. The kwacha. Why is the currency going down? The economy going down. Why? The current president and the ministers, they have over-borrowed. You don't solve a country's problem by borrowing overseas from China, from borrowing everywhere. You solve a country's problem by manufacturing your own, create your own. Because if you borrow money, what you don't know is that you don't have any control over the interests. The countries, Nigeria is still paying interest from the loan that they receive. That's another mistake African countries are making. That's why Libya was one of the best African countries. Gaddafi paid all his debts, clean his debts. Was owing nobody. Came and he told the United Nations, I owe no one. I've paid all my debts. They say, no, he needs to leave power because why is he paying all his debts? You see, they don't want to pay his debt. Because if he pays debt, they cannot control him again. He can do whatever he wants to do. But the moment you owe debt, and that's why I see Cyril Ramaphosa is also going to borrow money from IMF. That money that borrowing from IMF, the interest increases with inflation, meaning you can pay 3 times what you've borrowed, and you can, the next 60 years, you're not able to finish. Ghana is still paying debt that they took in 1961. The first country to get independence, but the debt that the British people left there, they're still paying. Cameroon is still paying debts from France and Britain that they took in the 1960s. They have not finished paying interest. They're still paying interest. That's why I see those countries, they still control a country. Nigeria, yes. And the thing about debt is, generation after generation, those continue to suffer because of one debt. China is busy seizing part of countries there. China went to Sudan. China closed an airport in one African country there because they were owing money. France shut down international seaports in Cameroon because they did not pay the debt they were owing France. The government came to shut down the port, the seaport. There's a country called Guinea. Guinea, they have given away their bauxite, all the minerals, to help pay debts that they took since 1950. And they signed a contract to continue to just taking the mineral out of the country because they owe money. Ask yourself, why is it that they don't make Nike? There's no Nike factory in Nigeria. But see how many Nigerian artists, celebrities, they wear Nike. Where do you get that Nike from? Nike must come and build a shoe here in Nigeria. Build the shoes in Ghana. But you see, Ghanaian artists want to show they're wearing Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton has got no factory in Africa. Instead of wearing your African brand, where Louis Vuitton, the person that is making money is France and Italy. Which is our US. Ghana president was doing well in his first term. I see in Ghana, this, I don't know whether he's a president now or what. Some Mahama something. I don't know, this Mahama, that's the person. Because things are difficult in Ghana. The president is going to be changed. Nigeria, yes. Nigeria is still on. Nigeria owes China, they owe France, they owe UK, they owe everybody. Chinese people are going to come to Nigeria, they'll start seizing land because they cannot pay the debt. The country is being, every president has sold his own small bit. Which country should I professor again now? Ghana, there will be a change of president. The current president, he doesn't know anything. In Jamaica, I see the opposition coming back strong. In Jamaica, I'm talking about Jamaica now. Because of economic conditions and corruption. I want to speak about Uganda, no, Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is going to, the president, Mnangagwa, is going to win another term. People say Chimasa will win, Chimasa will win, Chimasa will not win. Not that I don't like Chimasa. I'm talking about prophetic now. But some of you need to show a 1-on-1 seat for me to go deep what's going to happen. Chimasa will have crowd, but he will not have. It's not about who votes, who counts the vote. People that counting the vote, they are ZANU PF. Although they say they are independent, they're not independent. They're ZANU PF. They just wear clothes that says Independent Electoral Commission. No, they are ZANU PF people that will count the votes. It's who counts that vote. Chimasa will have crowd. Millions of people come. It doesn't mean that the millions of people, when they count the vote, you have small votes like this. But you have millions of people. Nigeria. There's Atiku, Peter Obi, and this other young man. There's this other. I see strong, young leader rising, but Nigeria must watch out, because in the night you hear that this person was winning, is winning. Just to the end, things begin to change. See what's happening. You say, no, they'll find another vote there, they'll count another box there. It's coming from where? The question is, they need to digitalize. You need ID, perfect ID, because I've seen they have printed millions of voters card in Nigeria, PV card. They're telling people that go and fetch your PV card. Most Nigerians are not going to take that PV card. You can support online, it doesn't mean anything. If you don't have that card to vote, they'll give it to other people. And you find one now have like 100 cards. You go and vote here, vote there. His name will change every time. I'm talking about the vote. Why are they creating ID card specifically to vote? Have you answered that question? You first need a photo ID to first identify who you are, not ID to vote. No, you need to identify you who you are. Not only when the election, because the election, that PV, those cards, go and find yours. Where are the excess cards? That's why I say it's not about who votes. It's who knows how to play the system. See what's happening in Brazil. Watch Brazil. Brazil, they voted. They woke up in the morning, they say, no, the other person won. They say, how the person? They say, no, the other one's the one that won. This is the one that won. They've been striking since election day up to today. They don't know what to do. Because it's not about who votes, it's who knows how to play the system. What is the system? The system is no PV cards. It's not about Facebook, Twitter. It's not about campaigning. It's to get people that have got. It's not about strategy. It has nothing to even do your. But although God has, look at this, but this young man in Nigeria, but they must watch. When you see, and when you hear, anytime there's a new thing before an election, just know that that is the thing. Whoever brought that thing is the one that controls the election. Where did those cards come from? Who printed them? How many cards did they print? Where the ones that where did they ship it? Those PV cards, the voting cards. It's not about that you have a card. It's about where are the excess cards. Because if you print a population of 200 million, you print 300 million cards. Where are the other ones? What are they going to be used for? It's about the system. You need to pray. But I see this young man that has got dream. This Peter will be dream for the country, but the system. But pray for favor. Yes. I'm talking about the system. There's a system. There's what they call the politics of election. I always tell people finance is the politics of money. Finance. The politics of money is called finance. Even banks, the way they do what they call the politics of money. We are about interest rate, all those rates, repo rate, all those rates. Who is setting those rates? Yeah, the central bank said the repo rate is this, the interest is this, the inflation rate is. Who created those rates? Where are they coming from? It's the politics of money. That's finance. Election. There's a politics of election. Meaning, while you are campaigning, what are people are thinking about the system? They see all the different places that they can do this, do this. And while you're excited, clapping, and they say, no, they say, no, you did not win. You say, how did you not win? They say, no. We know the politics of election. You know you can talk and you can campaign, but we know the politics, how it works here. This is time for me to go. I told you, not Ghana, that's Mahama, something. Ghana needs to change, fresh start. Zambia, the current president is going to lose. I already prophesy because of the Chinese connection. Chinese people have been negotiating contract for more than 200 years. Ghana is a small country. Zambia, small country that had independence in 1960. Who are you to go and meet people that have got the art of negotiation? They started studying 200 years ago. You will never win. They know how to take money. How did China end up producing every other thing? Everything you buy now in the world is Chinese, produced in China. How did that happen? It was a plan that they planned 100 years ago. They were reading the Chinese books of the Communist Party. They said they planned that in the next 100 years, they're going to be the #1 manufacturer in the world. That the whole world was dependent on them. And it's happening. You used to go to shop, you see it made in the UK, made in the US, made in this, made in everything that's made in China. Even iPhone, it says certain parts of the phone are manufactured in China. How did that happen? Chinese people cannot speak English. How did they know computer sciences? It was invented by the Americans. How can they master computer sciences that they're the one fixing iPhone that was discovered by Steve Jobs in the US? How did that happen? It's telling you, it's the politics of economy which got to look. I'm about to go and make sure you show the one. I don't have time to be here for too long. Make sure you show the one. I told you South Africa, Ramaphosa with the elections. People can campaign morning to night, sweat, sing. That's why I don't have time to watch the news on all of this. I've already seen it. They can, all the parties can combine and campaign, not to happen. Yes. God help Nigeria. Yes. I see this what? Michelle Washam. Yes, time for me to go. God bless you.